In the winter of 2021, the North American Valorant scene would see the formation of a new roster that would change the landscape of NA Valorant in a way we had never seen before. The Guard, a relatively new organization known for their teams in the Overwatch League and CDL, were making their first foray into the Valorant scene. Unlike many organizations at the time, instead of investing loads of money into well-established and known players, the Guard decided to invest in up-and-coming NA talent. They wanted to take the lesser-known talent that with the right coaching and infrastructure could become superstars. This wasn't a move we hadn't seen before. Many teams had tried a similar strategy when constructing their roster, but little did we know the Guard would take this idea and execute it to a level never seen before in NA Valorant. And on January 17th, with the signing of 17-year-old player Trent, the final piece of the puzzle was placed. The Guard had their completed roster in Valen, Net, Saya player, Jonah P, and of course, Trent. All that was left was to play some Valorant, and turns out, they were pretty good.
One enemy remaining.
And B-Dog in particular is definitely doing that quite a lot yesterday. Octa screen goes down and Net swings by for the headshot. This is getting a little bit spicy.
Viper's Pit comes down, Valen, rough post and perk.
Again, he's got his work cut out for him, to be completely honest.
Right, the turret is just waiting for a ping so he can end up pulling out the nano
and
it works out! The meat grinder for Nets! It was his trap and it ends up going down!
No way! No way!
Nets!
Oh, it's Trent! Oh my Trent!
The defensive utility has already been spent trying to stall this, so now it's just down to can the frenzies do the work. And well, at least for Trent, he's able to find one. Jonah, the immediate response, and the Guard very headstrong in towards the site. Dog just hindering him a little bit further. Up top, Net sees both, and Net will collect both.
Now fast forward to March 27, 2022. Now this is an important date for a couple of reasons. One, it's the birthday of a pretty cool YouTuber, and two, it's the day the Guard have taken a 3-2 victory over Optic Gaming in the grand final of the NAVCT Stage 1 Challengers, thus making them the current best team in North America. This team of relative unknowns have climbed their way through open qualifiers all the way to winning a Challengers finals. Along the way, they have amassed new fans with every big victory and birthed not just one, but two huge superstar players in Trent on the Sova and Saya player on the Jet. The Guard have created a unique and creative playstyle backed by a strong and drilled work ethic, which has propelled them to the very top of North American Valorant, all within 4 months. Something like this doesn't happen often in Valorant. Heck, something like this doesn't happen much at all in the wider sphere of esports in general. To have a rookie team in any esport rise to the top of the scene where they are not only beating, but often quite literally destroying the competition is something truly special to witness. When it comes to the larger esports world, North America is often seen as the laughingstock of competitive regions. When it comes to first-person shooters, MOBAs, or even Rocket League, Europe and Asia typically has us beat for the majority of the given game's lifespan. That being said, over the years, North America has had its moments of brilliance. Some that quickly come to mind are Cloud9 winning the E-League Boston Major in 2018, Cloud9 reaching the quarterfinals of League of Legends World Championships in 2018 and 2021, Cloud9 winning the Rocket League World Championship in 2018 and also winning the Overwatch League in that same year. So what I'm really trying to say here is that Cloud9 has been surprisingly good at a lot of games, especially in the year 2018. No, in all seriousness, what I'm trying to say here is that while NA has not been the best region at any game really for a definitive amount of time, we have shown that with the right players, coaches, and circumstances, we can compete with the very best of any given game. And while we haven't yet seen them compete against international teams, I very much believe that the Guard are one of these special NA teams, a team that can show up against some of the best in the world. Why? Well, to answer that, I need to answer another question first, one you've probably been wondering since the very start of this video. How did they do it? How were the Guard able to accomplish in 4 months what many NA teams have not been able to do in the 2 years since Valorant was released? Now, while the true answer may be complicated in detail, the core truth is actually quite simple. They put in the work.
Not done quite yet, but they can taste it. Victory just on the other side. The guard and a 13-1 win on Icebox and a 2-0 sweep of Sentinels in the opening round of this playoff tournament. And as quickly as it started, it ended.
What I've just shown you is the final round of the Guard vs Sentinels in the quarterfinals of the recent NA VCT Challengers. If you didn't know, Sentinels were the undisputed best team in North America for the year 2021. This moment in a lot of ways represented a lot of things. Sentinels dominated the NA VCT in 2021, and now looking back in retrospect, the largest contributor of their success was their raw talent. Nobody in NA could shoot like Sentinels did in 2021. There would be rounds where they clearly shouldn't have won, but 10 simply pulled out an incredible 4K out of nowhere. But as competition in other mediums have shown us, talent alone is simply not sustainable. And on March 18th, Sentinels' less than stellar work ethic caught up to them. The Guard were able to defeat them in dominating fashion with a 13-1 victory on Icebox, historically one of Sentinels' best maps. This moment showed that the Guard weren't in just some new team honeymoon period. They weren't just on some crazy lucky win streak against bad teams. This was the Guard beating real competition in a match that actually mattered, not some group stage seeding game. This moment could easily be seen as, ironically, a passing of the torch from the old to the new Guard, which is a perfect idiom considering who we're talking about. The Guard are a hard-working team. While many players choose to spend a lot of their time streaming and farming impressions on social media, the Guard were in the server, scrimming, creating new strategies, building synergy, and becoming better players. From what we know, the Guard put in more server work than any other team during the first stage of VCT this year. They got together in a facility in LA and created systems and a culture that fostered the mindset of winning before everything. A mindset shared deeply by every player on the team. While many other players would choose to spend most of their nights streaming ranked games or not be able to leave the comfort of their homes to commit fully to their respective teams, the Guard were being sternly drilled by their coach in MCE. When you watch the Guard play Valorant, it's pretty easy to tell just how structured and disciplined they are as a team. You rarely ever see the players overpeak when they don't need to, push into site without the proper utility, and you almost never see them lose a 3v1 situation where a lot of other inexperienced teams would. They play off each other with an incredible flow and always seem to make the best decisions for the current situation. Even when the meta suddenly shifted with patch 4.04, a lot of people thought this could be a detriment for a team like the Guard, who are incredibly drilled and play best with set strategies and when they have time to prepare. Turns out, all they needed was a week and they were right back at the level they were before on the previous patch. And on top of all of this, the Guards still have that pop-off magic, a moment in which any one of their players can do something incredible to single-handedly win a given round. Having these moments, along with solid fundamentals to always return to, create a recipe for a truly dangerous team. Okay, so at this point it might sound like I'm hyping up the Guard to be the best thing since sliced bread, but we've yet to see them compete against international competition. While winning NA is great and all, the true test is seeing if they can do it against some of the best teams in EU, Asia, and LATAM. Who knows, maybe I'm on some major NA copium and they actually get destroyed in Iceland. Regardless of what happens in Iceland, I hope that what the Guard have already done is a major wake-up call to all other teams in North America. They've shown that you don't need a super team of the best players to be successful. If you take a group of talented individuals and foster the right culture and structure around them, sprinkle in a little bit of luck because every great team needs some, success will follow.
And to all the fans, like, thank you guys so much. Like, you guys mean the world to me and my team. I can't thank you guys enough. Like, and everyone supporting us, thank you so much. And I promise we're not gonna let you guys down in Iceland. This wasn't a fluke. Like, we put in the work. Like, give us more time, and you know, we'll beat the international competition as well. So
In all honesty, the story of the Guard has been amazing to follow over these last few months, and I think they, along with Optic, have a very solid chance of bringing home the trophy at the upcoming Masters Reykjavik tournament. But what do you guys think? Does NA actually have a chance to win it all, or will Europe or another region have us beat once again? But that is all from me today, guys. Thank you so much for listening all the way through if you made it this far, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.
To the fans, you know, we love you all. The support is crazy. Like 4 months ago, we had like nobody cared about us, and just having you guys support us, like even when we lose, we see you guys cheering us on, and it means the world to us. So thank you for that.
And to all the fans and everyone that has supported us, memed us, joked with us, we're slowly building an army.